didn't I see him win a playoff series? Like off the strength of him? Can how many guys could say that? Like, yo, I got us here, and I was able to get us a playoff series. We won it off the strength of me. But meanwhile, like, I got to listen to you, not you dudes particularly. I got to listen to people talk to me about how these other guys are getting to the conference championship, which is still blowing my mind because I don't know when the hell that became the bar.
If we being honest, JB, Jaylen Brown, and Anthony Edwards been the best shooting guards in the league this season. By the way,
he didn't say this season. He didn't say this season, Ron. He just said in the league. He did not say this season. He just said in the league.
Pretty sure he's referring to this season, though, Chill.
Wow.
He's referring to all seasons.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in the league, you interpret it as you want. By the way, what's going on with Chauncey and Ty Lue? Also, teams need big 3s and 4s if they play OKC.
So Donovan Mitchell just hasn't been in these talks?
I don't understand what the is it because I talk about him? Just on this platform. Because the same thing happens when I'm doing my TikTok live. Is it because I talk about Donovan Mitchell? Because
no, Donovan Mitchell doesn't get the respect he deserves.
Last year I think he was yapping.
Last year he was overrated.
You never gonna convince me he should have been All NBA first team last year.
Never in life.
But this year, Donovan Mitchell going crazy. I don't like if someone said Donovan Mitchell's been the best 2 guard in the league, I ain't really got a problem with it. Like Donovan Mitchell been going crazy.
I still think that's gas.
That's absolutely not gas.
I think Donovan Mitchell's been fantastic
on a tear this year. And to be honest, I don't get the framing around Donovan Mitchell for his career, not just like right now. Like he went to a team, immediately was the best offensive player on a team that beat 2-3 Hall of Famers on it. I forget if Melo was on that team or not.
He's better than Gordon Hayward?
Okay. Yeah, he's better than Gordon Hayward. His rookie season. Okay. Yeah, he's been good. Yeah. He's been a constant presence in the playoffs his entire career. He's had these amazing seasons. He's had these phenomenal playoff performances. Like I don't get why D Mitch is so disrespected majority of the time. I don't know.
Gordon Hayward wasn't even on that team. I forgot that was his first Boston year. So
yeah, doesn't he have something crazy?
Rudy Gobert screen setting and playmaking.
Oh, brother,
100% Mars. I'm rolling.
Just go check. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all know,
like some crazy average in the playoffs, isn't he top 5?
Yeah.
Outside of what playoffs was it where he was stinky? Was it 22?
Yeah.
Outside of that, he's been overall good.
He was stinky.
That's when they played. And he wasn't that bad against Dallas, right? I mean, he wasn't great, but he wasn't that bad against them. But I've also, which I can't say about other guys. I mean, didn't I see him win a playoff series? Like off the strength of him? Can how many guys could say that? Like, yo, I got us here, and I was able to get us a playoff series. We won it off the strength of me. But meanwhile, like I got to listen to you, not you dudes particularly. I got to listen to people talk to me about how these other guys are getting to the conference championship, which is still blowing my mind because I don't know when the hell that became the bar. When the hell did the conference
Joel Embiid.
What the hell? Because I'm trying to make Mars. We weren't doing that with David Robinson before 1995. We weren't like, yo, David Robinson ain't never been to the conference championship. We never said that. That
never with Joel Embiid, bro.
None of us well, Olajuwon had already been to the NBA Finals in year 2, but that wasn't the bar. It was always okay. Next year, he getting close. No, that was never, you never been to the conference championship. It sounds to me like because your guy has been to the conference championship, now that's the bar. So does that mean that the bar is if your guy gets to the NBA championship, now that's the bar?
I think that chatter started with Chris Paul never getting out of the second round for ages.
That first, I think. That's fair. That's fair too.
I think that's when it started. But sure, he's like Donovan Mitchell's severely underrated. Like I think you and Real Talk make great points. Like he just doesn't get the love. Maybe it's the small markets he's played in, but
is he severely? I just don't see that.
I just think this year he's been amazing.
I don't think so.
Severely underrated. The guy just made like All NBA first.
I thought he was overrated last year, and now he's playing at the caliber they said he was playing at this year. I think that's what's happening. Honestly,
but last year he wasn't
with super chat though.
Last year he wasn't amazing, but his team was crazy. And being the best team on a team that was crazy is not nothing. I don't think he should have been All NBA first team either. But I think when you've proved yourself in the playoffs and things like that, there's a baseline level of respect you should have in the NBA community. I think, and I don't necessarily think he has that, which is a little bit bizarre.
I still don't see what's wrong with the super chat. Monica Studios said that he believes that Jaylen Brown and Anthony Edwards are the best shooting guards in the league right now.
I don't know how
I just heard that.
No disrespect,
hold on, right
I don't
quick,
know
Mars.
how you can argue Jaylen Brown's been better than him. But...
Here's what I'm gonna say. This is all I'm gonna say. Anthony Edwards. I just heard that Anthony Edwards is better than Victor Wembanyama. So we'll just leave him out of this, and he's averaging 30 right now. Jaylen Brown is dragging a team that you guys told me should compete for Cam Boozer. And they are a legitimate team right now. They just beat the New York Knicks, who I've heard is the best team in the East. Jaylen Brown is averaging 29, damn near 30. He's averaging six rebounds, 5 assists. Jaylen Brown is playing out of his mind right now. This is still the same guy who, and we're talking about right now, but I'm just going to go into the history chambers a little bit. This is a guy who's a Finals MVP, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. This is a guy who's been severely underrated for years upon years upon years because he's been playing with Jason Tatum. I don't understand what's the problem with Monica Studio, whether he's a Boston Celtics fan or whether he's from Atlanta and went to the same high school as Jaylen Brown, for him believing that Jaylen Brown is playing at a top 2 shooting guard level this year, because you know what? I agree with Monica Studio. This dude is killing this year. He's slaughtering the league, and he deserves the credit that he deserves.
Nobody is saying
he's
that
playing
Jaylen
like
Brown
a legit number one option that he is.
Jaylen Brown is playing phenomenal basketball, but you just said Jaylen Brown is averaging damn near 30. Donovan Mitchell is averaging 30 on damn near 65 true shooting. Like, Donovan Mitchell has been dragging a team without their lead guard. Shout out Chill for the lead guard, right? He's been playing well without Evan Mobley, who's been up and down this year, inconsistent offensively. And he's winning games still in the Cleveland. And Cleveland has still like one of the best offenses in the league. I think a top 10 offense with Donovan Mitchell as well. Like, I'm not saying that Jaylen Brown hasn't been playing phenomenal basketball. He has been, and Anthony Edwards. When we did the list, the top 10 list, I think I had Ant 5 or 6, and then like Donovan either 6 or 7. Like, I had them right next to each other.
Yeah, I hear that, real talk. I just want to ask a question. Like, I hear underrated, and like, to me, I'm not thinking Donovan Mitchell. I'm thinking about Tyrese Maxey. I think Maxey's been better than both of them, if I'm being honest. Like,
is that because of the bucket getting, or is that just
he is as well, by the way,
overall?
Well, overall, for years, I think that the way that he's had to consistently shift his role to fit into his teams with either Embiid being the first option, or the fact that Ben Simmons couldn't shoot, or the fact that James Harden is the point guard, I think all those skills have gotten him to this form. And also, he's just dropping consistent 40 balls this season. I think he's averaging 32 on, I think, 63% true shooting. Maybe someone could fact check me on that. I don't know. And I know for a fact, whatever talks people had about Cleveland or even, I think, Boston, people for sure had the Sixers in the dumps. Absolutely. And what Tyrese Maxey has done to, yes, Mars, a lot of people didn't think they would be good, mainly because we don't believe.
Yeah,
no.
Depend on health.
Yeah.
Depend on health. Yeah.
But
Gifted,
not just the Sixers, also the Celtics as well. I think it says a lot about Jaylen Brown to step up from that second fiddle,
absolutely,
to be able to step in and fill the shoes of a guy like Jason Tatum and still be phenomenal on the defensive end of the basketball. I think that says a lot about Jaylen Brown.
He's been
phenomenal on defense. He's been very well on defense. Yes, he's still a very, very good defender.
He turned it down for phenomenal.
Phenomenal might be a stretch, but he's still a very, very good defender. Very good defender.
The thing that
and so I mean, with that being said, I won't sit here and argue with you guys about is he better than Donovan Mitchell or is he better than Anthony Edwards, but he's definitely in that conversation. He always has been in one of the top shooting guard in the league conversations. Always been in the top 5 conversation as one of the best shooting guards, and that was as a second option. Now that he stepped into that, well, when I say always, we'll talk, I mean like the last 5 seasons.
Well, no, I'm thinking. I was thinking like when you said that, I'm trying to think.
I mean, but I think that's accurate though. I think he's always been considered, one of the top.
I've been like, I'll say like 4th, 5th, yeah, and yeah.
The thing that
I think
go ahead. I'm sorry, Damian.
No, I was just about to say, I think I think large majorities of the NBA community have always wondered what it would look like if Jaylen Brown was a number one option, or if he had an expanded role, or what would it look like? And I think this year, especially because the roster, frankly, isn't that good, he's shown that he can be a very good number one option. Now, is it enough to be the best player on a championship team? Well, it's debatable because he was the Finals MVP, but I think most people would have Jason Tatum over him. But I think that, honestly, I always look at Jaylen Brown as, I think he's far closer to Jason Tatum than people give him credit for. He's probably closer to Jason Tatum than potentially Jason Tatum is to guys like Giannis or Luka. I really do believe that on a lot of nights when you see him going off. And I think the two-way stuff is real, man. Like when they were fully healthy, to have a wing like that who can give you 30 and defend on the other side of the ball, I think he's phenomenal. I think for the super chat, you can make a case he's been one of the best two guards in the league. Absolutely, I'm not mad at it. But again, we can't undersell sort of what Donovan Mitchell, what Tyrese Maxey has done. I think they're all in the same sort of realm. And we're still early as well.
I'm watching Donovan Mitchell chill. When I'm watching Donovan Mitchell, I'm getting upset, and I don't know who it was. It could have been Real Talk. Could have been, was it Jordan? No, it had to be Drench. Now I think about it. I think it's definitely Drench. I'm getting upset because Donovan Mitchell absolutely can win a championship with that OKC defense. If and that's not to say that he's SGA. I'm not trying to say that, John, so let's not go too far. But I do think Donovan Mitchell's offense is good enough to fill in for SGA. Him and SGA, they have the most, like, he's right next to SGA with all the 30-point, all whatever the record or stats are, whatever they were talking about. I seen it yesterday. But I was actually upset about that when I start looking at it. Like, Donovan Mitchell is as cold as he's always been. Like, I don't see why he couldn't do that. And that's not to say that I think he's as good as SGA or better than SGA.
So a top 10 player in the league, and the guy that I would equate it to, like if you took Shaq and Kobe, right? Take Shaq and Kobe, take Shaq off that unit. You think they could have won a championship with Ewing?
That Ewing who won?
No, because we kicked they.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about Ewing. That's what I'm
like the best. Yeah,
I'm talking about Ewing. Like, do you think that they could in the triangle offense? Do you think that they could have won a championship with Ewing?
I'd hate.
So real talk, you think they beat Portland? You think they beat Portland or
I think they beat Portland. I think. Well, you talking about what the 2000s run? Do they get the 2000s championship?
The reason why we're
talking about like 94 Ewing chill.
Like the better version of him. Because I'm thinking about a top 10 player, like from 90s. Ewing from 92. I'm sorry, from like 89 to like 94. Like that's the best version of him, right? And I'm thinking about Donovan Mitchell. This is the best version of him that I'm seeing. To take SGA off that Oklahoma City team, the way that they play, how fast they play, how they shoot gaps on defense, how wide open shots they get because of their defense. Like Donovan Mitchell couldn't step into that role and that team's still rolling. Now I understand that people have a tendency to say, well, this guy's game is different. Well, I think that Donovan Mitchell's game, in terms of his stop and pop game, in terms of his ability to get to the rim and create for other people, is conducive to what Oklahoma City does. And I think he'd be great with them. And the reason why I brought and real talk, the reason why I brought up Ewing, because I'm thinking about what the triangle offense is, and the triangle offense was designed around the big man. Now, this big man in particular, he's a lesser version of Shaq. He's not what Shaq is. However, money mid-range game, great finisher around the rim, ridiculous defender, great rebounder. Could he have won with Bryant? Yes. He took
I agree with
if he took John Starks and Derek Harper, who I love Derek Harper, by the way, and Oakley to the NBA championship, he couldn't take Kobe Bryant and Robert Horry and Derek Fisher to the NBA championship too?
They're not beating.
Sure, that was a different finals run, though. I'm with Ox. Like the Blazers had the Lakers beat. If the ball doesn't get tipped out and Robert Horry hits that shot, the Lakers are cooked.
That's against
the Kings had the Lakers beat. Like, and this is with prime Shaq. Now, I'll give you maybe 2003, 2004, once Kobe took that next step. If Kobe was the number one option, and you have Ewing as the second option with the defender he was and all of that good stuff, maybe that year, maybe 2003, 2004, 2005, those years, but 2000, 2001, 2002.
Kobe Bryant in 2001 was good enough to be a one offensively on the championship team. He was already that good.
He was. I agree with you, real talk. I just don't think that. Yeah, so 2002, 2003, I can get with that, but 2001, I just don't know yet.
But it's the dominance of Shaquille O'Neal. Like Patrick Ewing was absolutely fantastic in the early 90s and whatnot. Yes. But he still missed that dominance of Shaquille O'Neal, the physical presence, the physical, the physicality of Shaquille O'Neal. And I think that's what you miss. So to answer your question, too, I think Donovan Mitchell could fill in for Shaq. But I do not think Patrick Ewing could fill in for Shaquille O'Neal in that West run. The West was pretty good at that time, y'all. So, and I don't think so. It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. The player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.